Okay then. Hello. Here we are. With The Wolf is Dead demo. 1 second. And I'll move my little camera around. I'm going to move it here for the moment, but we'll see how it goes. I just wanted you to be able to read this. So, The Wolf is Dead is a detective game that's been on my radar a bit for a while. When I was searching for games to do, it came up. It looked interesting. It's not out yet. But they have released a demo. And instead of it being like a little chunk, as far as I understand, instead of it being like an actual chunk of the game, they've made a little self-contained story in the style of what the game will be like, I think is what's happening here. So apparently it's about 2 or 3 hours long. So maybe 3 episodes. You know what I'm like sometimes. Sometimes I go a bit long. So we'll get to see what this game's like. That was it. If you want some full disclosure, even though I don't think I've actually got anything out of this, to be honest. But the developer got in contact with me and said, "Do you want a Steam code for this?" I don't know if I need a Steam code because you can play the demo now, as far as I'm aware, without it. Anyway, so we're gonna give this a go. I hope the audio's okay, and I went into graphics, and hilariously, the default was ultra low. But I bumped it up to high. I think my PC's pretty good-ish. It's about 5 years old now, but it was pretty good when I got it. And I ticked fancy lighting, but not fancy pool water. It says big performance impact, so I'm not sure. So we're in a demo. I'm assuming it's, maybe not at its super optimum. I don't know, but but the story and the mechanics of things are going to be fun. I don't know. I'm already making excuses for things I don't understand. I'm going to put my little me in the corner. Here I am, and we'll see if I belong here. I mean, every single game so far, I've been in the top corner up here. So I'll probably move myself up there now. But I wanted to be able to show you this, which was just what I explained. That it's a self-contained game. We've been going for 2.5 minutes. Let's start and see what this is all about. There appears to be a dead person, which I didn't really notice before, covered in blood. So I don't know if there's going to be violence or anything in this game. I'm not sure. Hopefully not too much gore, because I'm not a big fan. Right. The only thing I can press is F, so let's see what that's about. That is a flashlight. Cool. If I press escape, what does that give? Oh. That just gives me settings again. Okay. Can you hear the music? I can see the little... Yeah, I'm assuming you can hear the music. I turned it down quite a bit because it was quite overpowering for me. And I like to be able to talk over it to you. Okay, I don't think I can interact with anything. There's a bit of... Oh, hang on. I wonder if this is the... Quick pause. Quick pause of the recording. Okay, I put the VSync on. And I think that's better, isn't it? I not fully understand VSync, but the screen was tearing, so I thought that would make sense. I don't know what the downside of putting VSync on is. I should really do more research when I'm doing stuff like this. Anyway, let's leave the office, I guess. I don't know what we're going to expect, but we can't click on anything yet. What's the... Did you hear the sound? Like the b-b sound. Is that me? Yeah, do you hear that? It's like a little heartbeat. What does that mean? Is that time? Ooh, I had a little... Doesn't always stop on a dime. Sometimes it has a little bit of... Anyway. What is that sound? I'm so confused. I'm gonna put myself in the corner. Hang on. Up here. I keep thinking I'm hitting the microphone, but my microphone's never made that sound. What is that sound? That's weird. Okay, never mind. Ignore the sound. Everyone ignore the sound. It could be a footprint, a footstep. Okay, I can't click on things yet. I wonder if it's just leading us through a evidence locker. I wonder if it's just leading us through some scenery. Aha! And here we are. Let me describe the house at the end of the evening to you, John. Heinrich. He looks a bit surly, but doesn't mean he's a bad guy. It's right out in the sticks. Alright, so he's describing it to me through the format of putting me in there. First person. Can I go here? Of course not. Okay. I look like I've wandered into the McLaren Technology Centre. Okay, this was not a window. Great. Okay. Can we walk in here? No. Can I jump? I can jump. Can I do anything else? If I... Okay, so holding down shift makes me run. Control makes me crouch. That makes sense. So that sound is footsteps. And I'm guessing I just didn't have enough space to create normal footsteps when I was inside. Okay, we're learning. We're learning. We've got some kind of Turner style, Monet style art here. So this... Okay, what is this place? Is it a home? Is it just a really cold, horrible home? One of those rich people homes that I hate? Okay. Meet. Kate Rader presents a House of Cards production in association with Black Root. Casting, Kate Rader. Editing, Cutco. Music, Philip Salt. Produced by Eleanor Eaton, coming soon. So it's a movie poster. And these are potential, like, art for the movie poster, or all variations. I like this being Charlie Kaufman style one. Oh, these are probably all pastiches of things I just don't know. Oscar Kruger, Lily Collard. Okay, is that the wolf? Is that the wolf that is dead? Okay, and another one. Just one of those big main actor face ones that are boring. My favourite... I mean, I don't know what the I don't know what the film is like. What I think I quite like the Apple one. I quite like an artistic movie poster. To be honest, this one's quite nice as well. This one I would go with if it wasn't already being Charlie Kaufman, being John Malkovich. So I won't tell you because it might give away someone's identity and they might not want it. Okay, so doors are not seem to be a thing I can interact with in this particular... Whoa! It had just started to rain. I wonder if the game is expecting me to move faster than I am. Well, too bad, game. Oh, click. Carol went out to the fire pit. And my accent started changing. Carol went out to the fire pit and... Well, there it was. I've gone southern. There he was. Where's the fire pit? Oh, there it is. There he was. Oh, okay, dead. Oh no, the wolf. He's dead. Well, can't say we weren't warned. Okay, John. Am I John? I'll be John. Wow, that was an incredible description. It's almost like I was walking around the house. Big imagination. Whatever helps you solve a murder. And I get to choose? Okay. Now sorry, it'll happen quite quickly, but I did notice the little bird prints walking away from the dead wolf. I didn't mention it at the time because I was just busy framing up the shot nicely. Yeah, let's not show off that I'm having my biggest case of my career, I guess. All right, who died? Let me say it again. Just like I told... I cannot maintain... I cannot maintain this accent to save my life. Welcome to any Let's Play with me. Just like I told the inspector. We found Alexander Wolf dead in my house an hour ago. Alright, what happened after you found the body? We got everyone inside. They were worried, panicked, angry. Nimped. Well, he kept his head on. He started organizing taxis. I'm now from the south. Maybe I'll continue with this southern accent because it seems a little bit easier to hang on to. Took a moment, but the accusations started flying. I don't remember perfectly. Alright, describe what you can remember and we'll piece it together. Assuming I'm John, that's why I'm using my own accent. I'm aware that genre-wise, this doesn't make any sense for me to have this accent. Okay, let's review. Because I feel like it's important for me to review because while I'm doing a silly voice, not a silly voice, while I'm doing a voice, I'm maybe not taking things in as clearly. So Nimped, there's a person there called Nimped. He organised the taxis and then accusations started flying. So the whole house party or whatever it was found the murdered body of the wolf, who is dead. We've got a murder to solve and a tutorial to complete. Let's get started. You're a detective. That's me. You can see everything okay? Cool. This means a couple of things. Any objects that people have touched or used will be highlighted. Alright, like this chicken magazine. If the item has text on it, you'll be able to read it with E. Great. What happens if I press this wolf button? Nothing. Some objects might have a short description with them. Oh, okay, under my face it says open the journal. When you finish looking around, press J for journal. So I might move my head again. I don't know why the sound stops when I leave the screen. Okay. Some objects might have a short description of them. So, for example, broken glass on the floor, business card on the table. Explore the room now to see the clues left behind. Once you've finished investigating, open the journal to continue. Okay. If you want to look a little... maybe I should... Uh-oh. Didn't read that. Because I was busy. Okay. Hang on. Let's go over here. Sorry. It's all part of starting up a new thing. Okay, so we've got highlighted things. We've got cheese. So this is going to be the business card on the table, broken glass on the floor, right? E. Redbridge taxis. I don't think I can flip it around. Can't do anything in the broken glass. Cool. What's this? Okay, I can shine my flashlight. So people have touched things that are highlighted, is what he said. And by he, I mean the game. So I just need to be aware of things that have been touched. I can't interact with them because I can only interact with things that are legible with writing on. So coffee maker, dustpan and brush. What's that, like an espresso cup? Cool. So, we can go around here. Okay, here we go. Another espresso cup. Something nose? I should have read what that thing said. A selection of drink glasses. And here's the magazine we saw. Outsiders. £8.50. So my accent is fine to use because we are actually in Britain. Or they've imported a British magazine. The two options. Powell's Prospects. Is it the end of the line for everybody's thought leader? In which case, maybe the pig isn't from the southern states of America. Maybe I'll have to reposition him geographically. Anyway, sorry. Is it the end of the line for everyone's favourite thought leader? So this chicken is called Powell. Diet for success. What's the best protein for business? Find out more as our experts Try everything from cashews to chicken. I mean, I'm already seeing a bit of a harsh juxtaposition in things happening on this. If I'm right, Powell is a chicken, but Powell also might be on the protein business diet as the food. We'll see, I guess. I can't put it down. There we go. Right. Make sure we've seen everything. I'm assuming if something is highlighted, it'll appear even in the darkness. Okay, have we looked at everything? I think we have in this little tutorial section. So I'm now going to press J for journal. This is the timeline. To solve the crime, you need to recreate the events of the evening. We're going to use it to piece together the evening and solve a murder. This is a scene. Alright. A scene is an event happening somewhere in the house. It captures a time and place. A moment. Here's an example of a filled out timeline. Don't worry, no spoilers here. Okay, so they've put together a light lunch, which contains, I'm guessing, these 10 characters. So maybe businessman Chicken Powell. I can't help but notice that some of these people are just humans. So we got the mixture of the humanoid and humans and animal people. So it's a fancy building. So maybe chicken business guru Powell is at light. Anyway, there's 10 people at light lunch at 3 o'clock. At 20 to 5. By the way, if you're American, it seems to be using 24-hour time, which is quite standard everywhere else. So you just have to go with it. There was, what? A pig guy burning notes while 3 people were playing cards. And then 8 people were swimming at 6 o'clock. And so from this, who's missing? I know it's just fake, but let's pretend we're going through the motions. So pig guy is not swimming. And mustache is not swimming. Okay. There will often be multiple scenes happening at the same time. You can see this going across. Burning notes happen at the same time as playing cards. Cool. Find the scenes. You'll be able to piece together the evening and solve the murder. Right, how do we find a scene? Let's try and put together the events after the body was found. You were exploring the kitchen and found some items that have been interacted with. There are 4 of these. So we're going to consider... There are 4 of these we're going to consider for the tutorial. Business cards on the dining table. The broken glass. Coffee machine and espresso cup. The stuff on and by the sofas. Let's start with the business cards. Some objects, such as the business cards, can be inspected. You can do this in the house, or you can see any objects you found through the map at the top. Let's use the map now. Okay, so click on the map. This is the map menu. It shows you any objects you found across the evening that have been interacted with. Click on the book to the right of... It's under my face, but I'm pretty sure something's going to be under my face no matter where I put it. I think. So let's just go with it for now. I don't want it covering the map though, so we'll have to see. Click on the book to the right of the business cards to view it. Alright. Great, this is a business card for a taxi company. What could someone have been doing with it? Have a think and then continue. Well, we know that... I can't remember what their name was, but the character that mentioned booked taxis for everybody to go home when the murder was discovered. Reading it, calling a taxi company, both seem pretty plausible. Now, who could have done it? The guy. When their name comes up again, I'll remember it. Heinrich mentioned this. Later, you'll be able to reread conversations with Heinrich. For now, he told you that Nimmt called for a taxi. Now, Nimmt rang a bell, and I've got a card game called Six Nimmt. That's a German card game. So I think Nimmt means something. I just don't know what it is. Heinrich is also a German name, so interesting. Head back to the timeline. Okay, Nimmt called the taxi. Right, let's try Rasputin calling taxi in the kitchen. Rasputin is Nymph's first name. Of course it is. So I'll click on guess. And I'll choose the kitchen. And I'll say Rasputin Nymph calling taxi. Alright, seems simple enough. I'm just checking my face is in the right is in a reasonable place. Ride share 9:08 PM. It's switched to 12-hour time. Oh, we've sort of created a little snapshot. It's like what was that game I played where you went into people's dreams? Into their memories. Mind Diver. It's a bit like that. Ooh, there's like a look at this mirror. Right. Rasputin said why is Rasputin over the top of Heinrich's face? Yes, as soon as possible. Who needs a drink? Says Oscar. Elle, I'll make you a coffee, yes? Nymph, you too? Come, let's sit down. The police will be here soon. I'm gonna wander around. So this is Rasputin. He's on the phone. He's calling taxis. He's like, don't ask any questions, but I've got 8 people I need picking up. This is some really fancy cat, and he's holding a bottle of whiskey and tissues. Nose machines tissues. Okay. They're all actually... I thought they'd be animals... I thought they'd be like Star Fox, where they're like humanoid people, human-sized people with animal heads. But no, they're like actually animals. Look at the size of this chicken. Okay, we got someone here. I think this is Heinrich, I think. He's grabbing the broom. Oh, this is Oscar. He's got the dustpan. What do you got a dustpan? What's broken? Oh, the broken glass. But you didn't clean up the broken glass. In fact, the glass isn't even broken yet. So many questions. The police will be here soon. Who's talking now? Is it the game? So you're also going to recount what everyone said. What's me talking? Right. Are we changing his voice? No. You don't want to know what people said. Apparently we are changing his voice. Could you get them all different accents? Don't suppose I could get them in a slow southern drawl. This game saw me coming. Okay. Different accents, please. Absolutely fucking not. Alright, fair enough. I will, though. I'll do it. Alright, you solved a scene, did I? Welcome to the past. Have a look around the room, see if you notice any changes. You'll have to do this from memory. Objects in the past are not highlighted. And when you're ready, leave through the mirror. Okay, so I sort of did a bit of this. So, this is when I start writing stuff down. I didn't have to write stuff down a lot for Heaven's Vault. I tried and failed. Okay. So, broken glass. I'm going to write it down for now. I know in fact, I won't. I'll do it from memory because we're in a tutorial, so I'm going to do my best. Broken glass. No espresso. No, espresso was over here. There was an espresso cup here. This is going to be great because my memory's terrible, but I'm doing good so far. Obviously, there are people everywhere. Right. Dustpan and broom were here. And then we go over here. There was a espresso glass here. The whiskey was here. The tissues were like somewhere around here. So let's see if we can find all these objects. And why are they all... What time... Ah, God, this is the thing I did. What time was the scene that I walked through before? Was that the after scene? Was that the aftermath? I think it was. So we're going. So we're beforehand now. Okay. I don't remember where that wine glass was. Or that. So these went over. So that's the broom, as we said. We can't go through there. I guess there are a bunch of glasses here, so I didn't pay attention. Oh, I don't know if there are any of these glasses were left here, actually. But they weren't touched by people. Espresso machine was touched. There's one of the cups. I don't know. There must be another cup somewhere in the cupboard, probably. Okay. I can just walk through these people. Can I walk through people? Just... I can, because they're just fake. They're fake people. Okay. Okay, so there's a missing espresso cup. Oh, no, you've got it. I see you. Oh, okay. I naturally pressed right mouse click to zoom in, not really knowing that's what it did. I just kind of did it. Okay, so this is good. I'll remember this. Right mouse click is zoom in. Okay, I think I'm happy. Ask me your questions. Oh, E. E. Can I walk through it now? Okay, I think maybe I press E to stop me accidentally walking through the mirror. I have to actively turn it into a portal. Okay, did I find all the things? Yep. What else was over here? Okay, the whiskey bottle and the tissues were there. There was a glass here. A selection of drink glasses. Not really a selection though, is it? Oh, actually, is there a little... There's a little shot glass there. Okay. Oh, there's a thing over here. Did we notice this before? Oh, it's an uplighter. Okay. Open the journal to find the next scene. So I go to J to journal. Time slot solved. We found everything in this time zone. In all time periods, every character will always be present. We have one scene in the timeline at the moment. Let's find another scene now. Did you spot any of the highlighted items in the past? There's a used tissue on the sofa. Somebody was crying here. Okay. Now you're telling me somebody was crying, but in future am I going to have to hypothesize? Who had the tissues? Go back into the past, find out and make a guess. It was the chicken. Oh, was it the chicken or the cat? I think it was the chicken. I think the chicken had whiskey in one hand and tissues in the other. But, you know... Oh no, the chicken had the espresso. Oh my god. Oh my god, I've forgotten already. Okay. Who had the tissues? Go back into the past, find out and make a guess. So I can go... Is this me going to the past? I can go back. As soon as possible. Yep. Okay, so the cat had the whiskey and the tissues, and the chicken had the shot glass. So the shot glass and the tankard both ended up on the table over there. Wine glass, I don't know. Okay, back through the mirror. Right, got it. Cat had the tissues. Cat was sad. Okay, so I go back to the journal and I'm going to guess. So I'm going to say... how do I do this? So they came out of the kitchen. Is it the living room? Let's go back to... I need to get out of here. How do I stop this? So the kitchen comes around like this. Are we still in the kitchen? Are we entirely within the kitchen? Show me the map. Okay. Yes, this bit is still the kitchen. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a guess. So here I go. So I'm going to go in the kitchen because it's this part of the kitchen. Who is doing what? So I'm going to say the cat, Peter the cat, was crying No target required. Okay, it's just the action of crying. Okay. Right, that's enough to find the scene, but not to unlock it. Click on the scene. And the scene was called The Calm. So after the ride share came The Calm. You need 1 to 3 people to unlock most scenes. You can see the number. You can see the number here. 2. I need 2 people to unlock the scene. In rideshare, one of the characters said what they were about to do next. If you remember, add it now to the scene using an add character, or go back and visit the scene to see what happened. I'm going to have to go back in. I'm going to be the worst bloody detective ever. It's fine. We're going to do better at this. Now. Yes, as soon as possible. You need to drink. I'll make you a coffee. Yes, Nimt, you too. Oscar went to make coffee in the kitchen. Nimt wanted a coffee. Okay. Find out who was making. Oh, it's saying find out who was making coffee. Right, we got this. We got this. We're in. This is the whole point of a tutorial: is to flap about like a terrible detective. It's my first day. I'm just a little baby. Okay, so we open the journal. So I have to guess from rideshare. So we're still in the kitchen, and I say Oscar is making coffee. Is making coffee. It's quite a lot of things. Making a deal. Your guess is correct. You've inputted it in the wrong place. It happened in a scene you've partially unlocked. When doing this, you don't want to use the guessing form. You need to open the scene and click add character. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure I thought I was in rideshare when I did the crying thing, but apparently not. So let's add a character. We can do this, right? So, Oscar. Can I type M? Making. Let me just do something else. Let me just... If I go making coffee, what happens there? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh. I can't do both at the same time. Okay, there's our 9 characters. How many characters were in the first scene? Now what? What happens to the film? What would Alex want? He'd want us to keep going. He would. She's right. We have to. I'm never going to remember these people's accents. And I'm only going to be playing this for like 3 episodes. Okay. Let me go to my journal again. Can I do it from here? Oh, I can't do it while I'm in a scene. Okay. So it's 9:15 now. It's about, what, 12 minutes later? We're still in the kitchen. I think the tutorial is going to be locked to the kitchen, but maybe not. Anyone missing? I've forgotten what they said already. Okay, there's a cup. Okay, these two are having a moment. You don't look like you're crying, but I'm going to... Right, you're reading a magazine. Upside down? Oh, okay, it's just the graphic is upside... Okay, it's just a temporary graphic. He's like... I mean, he could be thinking so many things. He'd be thinking, like, how cool it is. He's on the cover of a magazine. He could be thinking... Are they going to eat me? He's got bloodstains on him. Or wine stains on him. I mean, he's got a lot of bloodstains on him. Maybe he found the body. Like, there were the obviously the chicken prints walking away. But seeing as nobody's like... I can't remember his name. Chicken Man, you're a monster. Maybe he didn't do it. Anyway. I don't think I can relive the dialogue from here, can I? I kind of forgot what they said. So what am I looking for? You've got the phone. I might need to go in and out of this scene to remember what the hell they said. You seem... Now, am I meant to get anything from people's expressions? Because she seems angry. Or she could be just sad in a frustrated way. He looks like he's just sitting down. He's also got blood on his clothes. I can't remember his name. Nymph looks a bit, I don't know, exhausted by the whole thing. You're making coffee. This is all making sense. I think I'm going to need to go in and out to hear the dialogue again because I forgot what they said. But the game's going to ask me a question and I'm going to be like, I don't know. Okay, spoilers. There's one scene left to find in the tutorial. Using the scenes available to you and the information before you, put it together. Think about what hasn't been accounted for and go for it. See you on the other side. Okay, we're in a bit of a free-for-all. So I'm going to go back into that scene again. Time slot solved. What does it mean to say... Oh, I tell you what. Oh, God. Maybe over here. If I'm honest. Because I think the timeline's going to come down here. There might be some dialogue here. I'm just trying to get myself out of the way as much as possible. Maybe here. And I'll just try not to point at anything that's that point on the screen. Okay. I realised I was sort of pointing at things over here and you couldn't see it. So, I think these are all the same people. I guess the missing person is the wolf. Because there were 10 people in the example scene. Anyway, let's go back into here and read the dialogue again. I was too busy doing accents. What happens to the film? What would Alex want? He'd want us to keep going. He would. She's right. We have to. Well, I made him German now. Okay, so we didn't get a lot out of that. But he's the star of the film. So you're making coffee. Okay, so... I mean, I got you reading a magazine, but... That's what you're doing now. So between now and the future, what hasn't been accounted for? Yeah, I'm getting there. Don't you worry. There's the broken glass, of course. You put the magazine down. I think you put the magazine down and you put the shot glass on top of it. Sure. You are going to drop your glass here. So maybe we do that one first. You're going to drop your glass. I'm going to make a little note. X drop glass, because I don't know what your name is. This is still where it is. Now you are going to give the coffee... You're going to put the coffee thing here. Right? That's... Yep, the brush is there. Now, where's the dustpan at this point? Unclear. Your stein goes over here eventually. So maybe you're going to go for a little drink at some point. Your espresso cup, I think, ends up... Maybe you put that down there. Yeah, because the original espresso cup stayed here, so maybe you drank it here. Maybe you didn't even finish making it. Alright, let's go back to the future. Let's start with the smashing of the glass. And then let's wonder about... So what ends up over here? An espresso cup ends up here. I think that was the woman that was here. Standing here. The woman that spoke like this. Ah, the dustpan does end up down here. I don't know if it was there before. There was a bucket as well. This... Maybe this came from her. Okay, let's start with the glass. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to guess. We're still in the kitchen. And we're going to say... Kate... dropped... drinks, I guess? Glass. I wonder if drinks would give it to us. I wonder if it has that leeway. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. What? One of you fucking killed him. One person sitting right here took his life, then cleaned up and went to join us. Okay, so something right. Oh, they're all like, whoa, steady on. Let's all stay friends here. Yeah, she's caused a commotion. Everybody's looking. Where's your espresso glass? Have you already put it down? Ah, you're right. You have put the espresso glass down there. So it's your espresso glass. Where's your one? Was I? Oh, it's your one. I thought you had it. What glass do you have? You don't have a glass. Okay. So I was going to say you're covered in blood, and like, I think it would be. They wouldn't be sitting around being like, "Who done it?" If they didn't know. If the scenario was that the chicken here didn't actually find the body. I feel that's what's happened. The chicken has got involved. Maybe the chicken's a doctor as well as a business person, and they've tried to do chicken CPR on the wolf. I guess wolf CPR on the wolf. Okay. Okay, is there anything else we need to know? Yeah, see, look, dustpan's still not accounted for. There's the little one here. So so they were walking in with the dustpan. Does that mean they found the dustpan with the... What do you mean cleaned up? I guess they cleaned up themselves. They didn't clean up the body scene, the crime scene. Okay. Let's go back through the mirror for a moment and see what awaits us. Is that all we had to find? Did we have to find that one scene? Okay, we did. We didn't have to do any more than that. Cool. That was really helpful. I think I know what happened at the end. I just need to go check with my superior, make sure the paperwork's going through. So that was a little tutorial level. Okay. How's it going? Oh my god. I'm gonna stay humble. I cannot do the bravado thing. Hey, he seems pretty nice for an ex-mob boss. An ex-mob boss. Ah, so that's what the pig is. That's because he thinks you're reporting to half the department he's brought out. What do you think happened? Okay, what do I think happened? Ah, now the problem is I don't know who these people are, what their names are. So Alexander is the wolf. So options are, after Alexander died, they had to wait while the cabs arrived. Agreeing they continue publishing the movie was the last straw, and Kate cracked and accused them of murdering him. That does feel like the order of events. Alexander had an accident, tripped and killed himself. Kate, having drunk too much, mistook a simple accident for murder and went off on one. So this is a possibility, but this is where the evidence is. We know they called for a cab, or they said they were going to call for a cab. We know they discussed continuing to publish the movie, and we know Kate accused them of murdering them. Those are things that actually did happen. This, is conjecture. This is a list of the facts as they happened. Yeah, I agree. Good job. Here's the thing. Alexander's death is the best luck we've had for years. Because it wasn't us and we're happy to be alive? Or isn't that a little cold? Why? Why is it the best? Why is it the best luck? Let's go for number 2. Isn't that a little cold? It's bloody Arctic. We take winds when we get them. We probably got 24 hours until Heinrich pulls enough strings and we can't get near him. Alright, Fox. My guy managed to arrest him driving away. But as I said, he owns half the department. Okay. Right, so he's a mob boss. Ooh, okay. Ooh, I can... right, this is useful. I was like, who the hell are these people? But actually, you get the little pictures if you click on them. Great. This is great. I'm assuming you can see that. I'm not covering up anything important. I guess you just don't get to see his fancy little pocket in his jacket. So we've got 24 hours until Heinrich is out of custody, I guess. Okay, so the department's corrupt. Heinrich is a mob boss, and he can pull plenty of strings. Got it. As soon as people realize what's going on, the mayor is going to be piling on the pressure, and we'll be forced to let him go. I need to go dig around the house before CSI arrive. You need to keep him busy till I get back. Figure out who he's trying to blame for the murder. I'm not much of an interviewer. Or why not you? I'll go with why not you. I'm not going to talk myself down. This game is meant to take about... This little demo example is meant to take about 2 to 3 hours, but I am talking a lot, so it might take a bit longer. Why not you? I got more important things to be doing. You got it? I solved this murder. Bust this case right open. I get his testimony and keep him in the room. Oh, right. These are the things I have to do. I'm going to get his testimony and keep him in the room. Exactly. Butter him up like fresh toast. Solve whatever murder he describes to you and we'll buy ourselves another hour or 2. Don't cock it up. Will do. Heinrich's eyes follow you as you cross the room to your seat. Paperwork done. Now I'm Irish. How do I get out of Irish back to Southern? How do people do this? Paperwork done? All good. Let's get into it. Let me describe the house as if it was the end of the evening. Heinrich's lie. Okay, remember, only objects that have been used by people this evening will be highlighted. When you're ready, press J to open the journal and start guessing. Right, Heinrich. Talk me through. Alright, you're describing it through the so detailed that I'm in it. Right, here is Alexander the Wolf. What is this? What is this? It looks like spilt milk. Okay, what's this? Okay. A Hawaiian pizza box, firewood, and firelighters. And then we've got another little... I think that's a little shot glass there. Okay. Right, by his head we have a feather and a long reel of loo roll. Obviously not doing a good job on Alexander's blood, but maybe someone cleaned their own hands with it. A tray and several broken glasses. Okay, so this is spill from the broken glasses stuff. Cocktail. It looks like cocktails. Maybe a milky cocktail because it's so white. Right, so what we don't know is if the tray was dropped during the murder or if the tray was dropped and someone came along and went, oh my god! What's this? A broken espresso cup. Okay, lots of broken... Okay, we're in a different area now. An ashtray has several cigarette butts in it. Sure does. Can we go over here? Alright, I'm just going to have a little wander. I don't think there's anything out here to see. I need to know for sure... Not much outside from the fire pit. Stay focused. Alright, alright. I wanted to know if like things that were... Thank you. Things that were highlighted might be highlighted from a far way away. Okay, lots of things in here. Where are we? Music room? Cool. Oh, this is... Right. Bottom right. Yep, you can still see it. Music room. Fire pit. Got it. In the music room, we have... I think that's just more pizza boxes. Coasters. Some kind of... Right, we'll read those in a sec. Small uneaten margarita pizza with a knife tucked into the box. A carefully restored classic record player. Looks in excellent condition. There's a printed email behind it. Okay, so there's 3 things we can read here. Let's start with the printed email. So, to Rasputin Nimpt. He's just a guy, isn't he? He's just a human man. Pictures downloaded for sender. Do you always want to do this? Yeah, classic. Someone accidentally CC'd the department. Enjoy. Okay, I'm going to assume these are in order, not reverse order. So someone... Okay, so these internal to the redbridge.gov accounts. They're due to come in around midday. Are we all in agreement? Yes. The contact can be considered null if they broke the confidentiality clause and Oscar spoke to the press yesterday. We have to hear them out, but that's it. It's already decided. The contract can be considered null if they... So someone's broken like an NDA. Oscar broke an NDA. Maybe I'll write that down. Oscar broke NDA. Contract void. I'm going to write question mark. Okay. Leaked film. Oh, these are like different email. This looks like an email chain, but it's not. It's like two different emails. This one is tomorrow's grant appeal. And this one is about the leaked film. So maybe this is something different. This is CCing two people. Okay. All right, we don't know much about that. And why would redbridge.gov be interested in... Maybe a film? I wonder if they were like a... Ooh, what's this? Oh, that's not a highlighted thing. That's just a hole in the desk. Okay. Can we read this? Meet. Written by Kate Rader. Draft 64. Lily's copy. Okay. And a laptop. I was wondering if it said anything, but it doesn't. You have one unsaved document open. Can I get into it? I cannot. I cannot interact with this. So it's Kate's laptop. It's Kate's script. 1:27 a.m. So this is like much later on. Carefully restored classic record player. Okay. Okay, whose house are we in? Okay, so anything I can read out here that I didn't realise I could read? Okay, so we got the shattered tray of glasses, loo roll, feather, Hawaiian pizza box, a broken espresso cup, ashtray with cigarette butts, maybe someone was sitting here smoking, and then we've got Kate's work, small margarita pizza, maybe someone was a vegetarian, and the email chain. Okay, I'm ready to... I don't know what. So I press journal, and it says, you've got a murder to solve. At the end of the evening, Alexander Wolf was murdered. You need to find the scenes, piece together the evening, discover the who, why, and how of his murder. I wonder if in the full game a different Wolf is murdered. Because it did say they've like made this is like a sort of self-contained story that won't affect the game. At the time of the murder, no other scenes can be found. Objects used in this time period will still be highlighted. At the time of the murder... So there's going to be... So... Okay, so there's going to be a scene that's just related to murder. The murder bit. And it goes down here, I guess. Objects in this time period will still be highlighted. Once you're ready to guess the murder, you need to scroll to the murder time period, click on the murder event. This will open the murder guessing screen. At the top of the timeline, there's even a button starting interview. That's a good place to start. Okay, so we've got timeline, which is this screen. The map, which is... Okay, there's a lot going on. So we're currently... Music room and fire pit. We're in these bits. This was all the stuff that happened. And Fox. I can speak to Fox. John, how's it going? He's wasted on crime. What a storyteller. I really feel like I'm exploring this house. Oh, I'm about to wade into the sty and get that shit right up around my waist. Let's go with this one. He's a master storyteller. Excellent. He'll be everyone's favourite in jail. What you looking into first? Okay, so I could be like, what the party was for, why everyone's here. I think it'll put me on the right track. I'm starting at the end. What happened after they found the body? Or the start of the evening. What they were drinking might give me an idea of where to look. Or the eyes of a very angry pig as I try and convince him that I'm not fucking him. I feel that might be an idiom I haven't heard. I'm gonna do this. This feels like the thing that I'm naturally going to do. Smart. Keep that up. If you want to bounce ideas around, give me a call. Otherwise, I'll let you get back to it. Thanks, Fox. Okay, cool. So I can talk to Fox if I want to just have a little bit of a... I feel like it's like passive hinting, maybe? Like, he says what you're up to, and I say, I think I'm going to do this, and then he might be like, that's a stupid idea, you idiot. Right, so we're in the timeline. And the game just said, try clicking starting interview, so let's do that. Right, so I can talk to Heimlich. And he'll give me some... Why were you all at your house? I was hosting a party. Nope, that's not his voice. But let's see what happens when I keep talking. I was hosting a party to watch the first proper cut of meat. The first proper cut of meat. Nice. It's a redemption story about everyone's favourite wolf. And how he turned his life around. He shows a thin smile. Beep. A wolf has been murdered. Obviously. Who was there? The key players, main cast, couple of plus ones, production. Now, could you quickly recap the evening? We had a couple of drinks, caught up and watched the film. Had some food. It was a chance to relax before a stressful couple of days we had coming. And then we found the body. Okay. Ooh, what does this all mean? Who found the body? Who called the police? It was stressful before the murder? How do you know Alexander? I'm going to say who found the body. My hunch is that all means I can ask all of the questions. But we'll find out. I think I want to ask who found the body because if they say it was Chicken Man, or Chicken Lady, I don't know. I guess no, we know it's Chicken Man. Chicken Man is the business guy. He's called Cottrell or something. He was on the magazine. If he says it was Chicken Man, then you know I don't have to. I've already pretty much assumed he found the body and that all the chicken footprints and the blood on the chicken is a if not a red herring, unnecessary to follow up on. But let's rule it out by asking. Oh, it's not Chicken Man. It is Chicken Woman. Chicken Woman was reading about chicken... Is that... So was it a chicken businesswoman? Or is it... Did I make assumptions that it was chicken businessman? Maybe it was chicken businesswoman. We need to look at the magazine again, I think. So maybe she was reading about chicken business and chicken being on the diet of business people everywhere. Anyway, Carol. She found him lying in a pool of blood by the fire pit. Did some first aid. I said chicken first aid. Or chicken CPR. And finally concluded he was dead. That sounds grim. Oh, I guess we'll be finding chicken prints on the body then. No shit. Okay, I can ask all these questions. Okay, who called the police? Nimt. He called them just as I was rushing outside. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, hang on. Carol found body. I don't know how easily I'll be able to access this information. I'm sure it's there. Nimt called police. It was stressful before the murder? We got a big PR and marketing push coming up for the film. But our local government loves stuffing its pockets with cash. And the film shows it. Okay, so that explains some of the emails. The local government are involved. Somehow with the marketing or the finances. Now they're trying to screw us around. Taking away the promised grant money we needed. Screwing with our schedules. I guess he'd say schedules, because he's from the States. This is a chance for everybody to relax a bit before it all kicks off. And how do you know Alexander? Like, what's your deal? I knew him the same way I knew a lot of people. Through the police. I liked him. He was straightforward, blunt, and didn't take shit. Okay, so I go to log, and I get to look at all this. Great. I can return. Right. So let's guess about Carol giving CPR, I guess. In the fire pit. Carol. Giving? First aid? Let's go first aid. Helping with the first aid kit. Click. First aid. Okay. Helping. What's the name of the wolf? Alexander. What happens? Is that bad? Attacking, calling, checking, cleaning, helping. Okay, I feel that's the only thing we know. Right, stop. Where's the log? Yeah, that's fine. So there's lots of scenes we haven't discovered. Then there's the murder. Okay. Interview. Right. Let's have a little read again. Heinrich was hosting a party. Is that a thing we can pop in? Oh, we don't know where though, do we? Just in the house generally. Okay, so that's not a thing. Back to the log. Blah blah blah. Main cast. Couple of drinks. Watch the film. Nimpt called the police. Let's go. How do I go into the world again? Oh, I'm in the world. Normally I'd have people around for cards, but with funding as it is, it wasn't the most relaxed evening. Okay, so the games room. Whoa! What happened? What's happening? What the hell was that? A job half finished. The light fitting above is loose. An old toolbox with the words property of Heinrich sits below the stepladder. What the... Okay. A selection of Where are we? Oh, games room, I guess. It just looked a little bit like... A selection of garnishes, a sticky knife, selection of expensive spirits, mixers, and other fruits. Okay, so... pause. Let's call the episode here while I work out what the hell we have to do next. Very exciting. As with all episode 1s of these playthroughs, very confused. Still getting to grips with it. This could be a getting to grips with it in general kind of series, because it's only going to be like 3 or 4 episodes long. I might spend the whole time being baffled, but let's see where this goes. I think I might have to explore more of the house and try and figure out how everyone's slotted together with what they were doing. I might have to interview the pig a bit more. There's a safe there. Cool. Come back. Let's see how this goes. Nice little short series this is going to be. proper little murder mystery. I quite like it. I'm intrigued. See you in a bit, I guess, for episode 2. Bye-bye for now.